Everybody wants to be an astronaut. Take the long, tall trail to the sun.
Hello everyone, welcome back to more of the Golden Path International Tournament, being sponsored by Unfussable Narrative. It is the final week of the group stages, and we're going to look at Group G today. This is not their last game. They are playing one more game, which is being played the following day, which I'm hoping to cover as well here. But we're going to be cracking on this one here. Group G has been pretty tight, some pretty good players in this as well, and this game is going to be featuring Somancy, Raw, Panzerschreck, and rencheckyoself. So there's kind of two different narratives at play here. Somancy's had a pretty good tournament so far. 2 wins from his 3, but one, kind of disappointing result. He is right behind Pumpkin, and is going to overtake them whatever happens here. However, they can still be caught by both Producer Sean and Really Bad at Dune, who we will be playing against in the last round. So, as long as Somancy can avoid a last place finish, finishing third is probably going to be good enough for them to get hold of the final spot, unless specifically Somancy then loses that and Sean wins it. So Somancy looking pretty good here. But what's more at play here is realistically at the bottom end of the table, Ron, Shrek, and Ren. So this is Raw's final game of the tournament, yet to get a win here. And realistically, this is probably a must-win match. Raw is going to have to probably win it. A second place with 10 points and no wins is probably not going to be enough to get through as things stand currently. So realistically, they've got to win this game. Shrek and Ren as well have both not had two great results here. They play in both remaining fixtures that are going. And again, realistically, one of them probably needs to win this game. If Pans can get a second place, then they'll be in the same position that Raw is looking to win their next match. But Ren is looking a little bit more desperate here. And even a second place is going to be cutting it really fine. So lots on the line still regardless, but for different reasons. Alright, so we are getting ready for the group game here, being joined by resident Romber enthusiast Lannister. How are you doing?
Pretty good. Yourself?
We are busy people this week. My God. Alright then. So, we're going to kind of keep you guys as up to date as we can. The table, of course, being as the end of the group stages, or the back end of it, to let you know kind of where things stand. Let's look at the row here for starters, though. It's a pretty tasty row, and no wonder ECA's been picked immediately by Raw here. Sayadina, very attractive. Vixen Engineer as well. Spice Hunter's fine. Generous Initiate's pretty solid. Carriel, like, I've not seen a lot of Carriel action recently. It's not just not turned up in games. I think still a very, very powerful card. Some very strong text, though. Spy satellites, artillery, and detonation devices. So this game is asking for some combat here. I like the looks of it.
Absolutely. I'm liking Romber.
Oh, but he's not there. He's not there.
Oh, what a shame.
What a shame. So, Ekaz in fourth makes total logical sense. It is Somancy in the first spot here. He's going to have the last pick of leaders here. We've got Baron in third place. Makes sense. I suspect we'll probably see Tesia in second. And then, I don't know what it's going to be for Somancy. It's kind of a tricky call. 100 doesn't look too bad. Maybe like make a punt for Carriel. Lido maybe can use it for the diplomacy. I don't actually know what Somancy's going to pick here. But I suspect we'll see Tesia in second spot, I would think.
I think, given the situation, I'd probably pick Hundro in this situation, just because Ekaz is probably a popular fourth spot pick in this position, so...
Yeah, and there's no Ekaz and there's no Helena. This is both true, so it's very possible one of those are missing. We do see Tesia in second spot. Makes logical sense. But yeah, Somancy would go here. So again, reminder, like Somancy, if he can get hold of third spot here, minimum, then he's probably good just to top the table, but it's not guaranteed depending what happens in the other game being played. But this is pretty much a must-win game, realistically, for all three other players for different reasons. So Somancy could play the part of spoiler here, maybe. He goes Ilban instead, which I don't hate. Like, with Jester Initiate, that's super, super strong for, like, Mentat use, drawing 3 cards. So I don't hate that.
I think it's going to be kind of rough for him this game, though, because... Ekaz likes to hit Mentat a lot, or at least I do anyway, so...
Yeah, he does.
We'll
Wow! BP Boston is going... He's changing up here. He's gone Spacing, and he's gone Emperor, discarding the Fremen here, which is interesting. Maybe because Tessie Vernice is in the game, perhaps, but Tessie's drawn Hideous! Whoa, that's brutal for Tessia. Wow. If Ilban was to like find his way to smuggling, like Tezzy would just be like hating her life here. Absolutely brutal. But we will proceed here. So it will be Somancy to go first here, who is not drawn great either, to be fair. Like, he's going to get back round to him, and he's going to be kind of a bit stuck here. Is he going to go... I thought, is he just going to go Wealth? I guess that'd be insane with Tezia and Baron there.
Yeah, no way.
So Tezia's got to smuggle. No choice about that. Baron is eyeing up, surely, this combat here. It is the Solari Influence Bump Skirmish. Probably the best... I think it's the best combat of the skirmishes in the game, I think. Really highly valuable here. Surely this is an auto punt from Baron for this combat.
Yeah, for sure. For a second there, I thought the yellow was going to go over to artillery. I
mean, I don't hate that. You know, it might. I tell you what, like, if it's still sitting there, like, might well pick it up. We'll see. So we do see the Hardy Warriors here. Ekaz, I guess, is probably going Wealth, I suppose. Maybe Wealth, Mentat, and then whatever they draw to try and get some trashing done early here. I don't know. They might also go Steel Suits. Maybe Steel Suits and, like, save Great Fat and pick up Spy Satellites, perhaps.
I like the Wealth Mentat play.
Yeah,
a lot of open possibilities.
Yeah, I do enjoy it, especially when it comes to ECAS. So what do you think of Boston here not opting for the normal Fremen bump here instead of taking the Emperor?
I think I like that just because a lot of the times Barons don't really go to Siege Taper, so it's a nice ambush type of tactic.
I don't know. I've been seeing a lot of that recently. I'm not gonna lie. Last 2 or 3 games, I've seen Barons hitting it a lot, which you don't see often, admittedly. But usually it's Carfag.
Yeah, it seems to make more sense to me anyway, just because you might want to hit Wealth more often just to get more Solari to fund your ring anyway. So I like that play more, and it gives you more troops at the end of the table. So
Ilban opts to go for the spice, not artillery. Tezia will happily accept that, though. I think it makes sense. Ilban's going to be using his daggers for Mentat, so artillery, I guess, has less value. So I don't hate it. Flagship turns up on the row. That's going to be of some interest. Back to the Baron, who is... he's going to be good this combat, so he gets a free diplomacy. Will not be able to use his signet ring, which is unfortunate. So he's just going to go Steel Suits here and get his bump that way and get his water back as well.
Not at all.
Don't hate it. I mean, if it's sitting there, why not, right?
Gets the best of both worlds.
Yep, take it. 2 bumps. Gets the water back, which means Great Flat is wide open here, although he has first access to Siege. So we'll see how that's going to play out. He's going to have no diplomacy action next round, though. In fact, he's going to have no mining access either. He's got all his mining cards in his hands, so his next hand is going to be really awkward. Ekaz just takes Sayadina and the Spice Hunter with the early reveal, which makes sense. Ilban's going to reveal for 4. Spice Trader turns up here. Very, very powerful card. That in the hand of Baron is very scary normally. Tezia's going to reveal for 4 as well. Roe is fluctuating. Fremencamp turns up. Duncan Loyal's there. Some really, really nice cards here. Treachery turns up. Man, this is a good row.
Baron's got a nice sizable lead. Got 5 bumps in 1 turn.
Yeah, easy game. Baron's going to reveal for 3, and Jesuit Initiate seems fine. Interesting that Baron, though, actually went for Spice Trader, or Ilban went Spice Trader early, not taking Jesuit Initiate. That's a bit curious, though.
That surprises me, too.
It's a powerful card, but he's got to get the access there, so maybe just denial, I don't know. Anyways, Shifting Allegiances is also turned up in the row, by the way. Good grief. Baron goes in. Oh, Baron put in the 5th troop on Steel Suits. Didn't even spot that. Huh.
Yeah, I don't know what he was worried about there.
Yeah, he was, I guess, just in case of some insane Ekaz, like Carfag find ambush or whatever. Anyways, so, because now this is the problem that Baron has now. His hand is kind of hideous. Anyways, moving on. So, Tezia is going to be up here. Yeah, I mean, Baron can't even, he has nothing here. So, I think he's going to have to go Mentat or Arakeen, surely, to try and find a better card.
Might just go get the Treachery.
I think he's got mining access. He's going to punt for it, right? Surely.
Yeah.
Tezia Vernius is going Steel Suits here. Not even bothering with Full Space. What is going on here? Wow. Trade Monopoly is the combat. I guess they're eyeing up... I guess they're deciding instead of just going Fold Space, they're going to use the Signet Ring to do it instead. And trying to get a better spot to use. I guess that's what's going on. I'm not entirely sure.
I'm kind of curious as to what he's intending as well.
Well, Arakeen is going to be open here, which means Ekaz is going to be forced to fold space here, surely. Dune Desert Planet found for Baron. He'll be happy with that, so he gets his shipping. Just. Yeah, I mean, I guess if he is, well, if I can go full space, I think he's going. I guess he's just going to go steel suits, great flat, I suppose. I don't know.
I'm okay with this. Just because Baron already has access, you're gonna have a painful time with the shipping anyway. So no point in that.
Looks like there's what's going on, but it seems kind of weird to not use your Seek allies. They've used diplomacy instead, so I don't know. It's some kind of bit strange. This shifting is also going to warp things a little bit. Players are going to be interested in maybe trying to early reveal. I wouldn't be surprised to see Ekaz even early reveal here and pick shifting as well, and just kind of rely on his deck. I don't know.
Is this a Dreadnought play into Shifting Allegiance?
Maybe. So, Ekaz did not bother. Ekaz went smuggling, which means that Ilban has shipping access, which is not what he was expecting.
I think that's good for the whole table, to be honest.
It probably is. I think she's going great flat here. Like, surely. Like, what else is she doing here? I don't know, it just seemed kind of a weird way to kind of approach it there. Could also just go in combat here and do Hardy Warriors yourself and discard and get the spice, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. A little curious as to what the intent is here.
Carthage it's gonna be here. Wow.
I'm not sure this was the right move.
I mean, given the fact there's going to be water given out for second spots here, like, they are far from guaranteed to get Great Flat. They're going to be last at next round. I feel like they got to probably take Great Flat now? I don't know.
Yeah, there's too many people with water.
Yeah, it's kind of weird here. Well, they're not concerned about that at all. They're like, I'm just gonna win this combat here. So that gives them their first Snooper token for Tesia, which means that she gets to discard a card for a spice if she so wishes. She's not obliged to. But I probably would do. There goes the ring. Didn't need that. Baron's going to be up here next, so he will go into cellar as he found it. Makes sense. I wonder what Ekaz is going to do here. Like, he's only got 2 persuasions, so he's got to act something with somewhere. Is he just going to go, like, wealth again, maybe? I don't know. Secrets? It's kind of. It has already gotten really weird, this game. Maybe he even goes. Does he go Mentat, maybe? With Signet Ring to try and pick up shifting? And then if he finds it, he can always go Haga Basin, right?
Yep.
That might be a play there. Remember, of course, with the ring, like, if you can use effects before you draw the card from Mentat. You don't have to do it straight away here. Maybe that is the play here. He's got smuggling as well, which helps. He's already gone there. And then worst comes to worst, he can always go back to wealth anyways. This also lets him trash a card in play as well, as he will have 2 agents down on non-faction spaces, which means that coordination will be in effect. You can trash one of those. No, not even considering that. I kind of like Mentat here. I don't know why. I just think, like, getting shifting and just trying to find it straight away.
I agree with you.
I think it's going to be kind of hard to find, but, like, I think he's got to use the Signet Ring. He's got to get hold of shifting regardless whatever he does here, so.
I'm not sure I agree with this play here.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest. I mean, I guess even the spice. If you're going to go in, you might as well just go for the spice. But we'll start getting intrigues in. Finds Private Army. It's not active here, though.
Or forgot the ring.
Oh dear. The thing is, it's a May. It's not like an automatic either. It's not like, say, if Helena, where I have to tell them because they have to do it. There is no option with when it comes to Ekaz. It's optional. So he has passed. Probably the dumb thing is to let him have it. But again, Somancy's not done anything yet, so he's not put any cards down, so it's probably fine.
Very kind of Somancy.
Yeah, players do not have to do that at all here. Once you pass your turn officially, like, it's up to the table to decide anything like that. So,
Somancy... Actually, I appreciated that in the Group B game where other people allowed other people to redact the moves. So
yeah, things happen, you know, and ultimately, like, we have the rules that don't have to officially, but, you know, ultimately it's up to the table to sort them out. Anyway, so Ilban takes the Spice at Hacker Base instead, getting the coin as well. Space Travel Tunnel was the next card from Shifting. Tessie is going to reveal for free. It's not a great board for free here. I don't even hate Space Travel for Tessia. I actually think it's not that bad a pick. You have no Persuasion there currently. You're going to need to start getting action there, right? But goes for the Liaison. Baron's going to have a couple of swords and reveal for 4. It's also not a very good board for 4 either, to be fair. It's the same sort of problem that Tessia has.
I'm guessing Roar's just trying to get the water for the Saiyadina.
It looks like that's going to be the play here. It's just going to be just barreling in as much water as possible here, I guess.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a sword and just 1 persuasion, so nothing to buy for Ikaz. Ilban's going to reveal for a couple. I guess he might go for the Liaison. Seems reasonable. Yeah, it does. Makes sense. And we're going to move on here for combat. Nothing to resolve. Nothing in play that's available. So Tessie is going to go up and down, I would imagine, and take a bump with something. I'm not entirely sure what she's going to bump here. I guess I just keep bumping Fremen for now. And then just start shifting the bumps elsewhere. Yeah, this looks to be a good way. Make it use of your ring. Ikaz has found Grand Conspiracy. That's actually kind of tempting. It's one of his better cards, I reckon. You can definitely get some of those. And wow, BP actually took the water there. Did not go for the intrigue. Obviously looking to take Great Flat instantly. Or is he? But then he's giving up spacing though. He's giving up Interstellar. He's got to have one or the other, surely, right? He can't get both.
Yeah, gotta bite the bullet. I still take the Spice in that position.
It's pretty close, isn't it? But it's a bit awkward. You have no troops to put in, so that makes it a little less less nice here. But if you don't take it, Ikaz surely is going for it, and that is going to be the case. So, Baron's just going to go down and up here. Not interested in like bagging Spice satellites. I would have been tempted.
Yeah, for sure.
Just for a deny as much as anything else here, but goes against it. So just going to go down up. Wants the cash to pay for the thingy.
Swordmaster.
Pay for Swordmaster. That's the one here. Do they decide to challenge Tessia? Looks like they're going to. I know it's tempting. The thing is, Tessia wants to get a massive lead on this in order to try and shift away with the ring. But it decides to go Emperor instead, which I don't hate. Baron's got a problem here. Baron will not be able to get Swordmaster if they grab a intrigue, however. So he's gonna have to withdraw, not pick it, I guess. Is what it is. Men tap for. Wow, Ikaz just didn't even go for it either. Get
I think it's first. Roar realizes that he has to go for Swordmaster, so he's
assuming that he's going to be fine. Okay, fair enough then. Ilban's conspiring. Whoa, okay. So he's getting his Solari that way. Finally must awaken. That paired with Spice Trade is kind of cruel. But he's got to get online first. Finds a Diplomacy as well. That's pretty nice. Tessia up here. All of a sudden, everyone's just suddenly racing Swordmaster out of nowhere.
Yeah.
All at the same time.
Actually, earlier I agree with the play for Baron not going after the Freeman because there's too many people going after it already. Tessia and Ikaz are definitely going after the Fremen, so you want to stay away from him.
Oh, because of Saiyadina.
Yeah,
there's going to be some conflict there, I suppose. So I think it's reasonable.
Yeah,
but he was definitely tempted.
Far away from that.
Fremen camp for Tessia, so she's just going to barrel troops in. The combat, by the way, is terrible purpose. Forgot to make a mention of that. It's a good second place early. Obviously, the victory point in trash, very desirable as well. So just chucking the troops in. Is going to be out of position, however, and is going to be face up. So Ikaz, assuming he's going to go Great Flat, and can probably take this down if they want. With further aggression, perhaps. Somehow. Actually, I don't know how they're going to find it, actually. Swordmaster for the Baron. Gets a card with Bear Gesture Initiate. I do love Bear Gesture so much. Such a good workman's card. I mean, he just has to take it, right?
Yep. Gotta take it.
Wow.
No,
Wow.
it's not.
Wow. That's
That's surprising to me too.
So he's bagging for his. So everyone has Swordmaster in their cache here. So Tezzy's gonna have to wait some time for it, unfortunately.
I understand Roar in this situation because Roar doesn't want to spend the water because of Saidina, but I
Mhm.
still think he should have taken it just because that's near highline capability, and when you highline, that pretty much
Yeah,
gives you
and
the
if you
water.
could get Saiyadina and Spy Satellites, oh,
Yeah, for
that
sure.
is you just cocoon, and it's so hard to be played against here. Pretty insane. So it's going to be still suits for Ilbalm, knowing that he's most likely going to have to grab Mentat next round, which he doesn't hate.
I think this one play is going to be disaster for Roar and the whole table. Baron getting all the spice.
Yeah, this is really dangerous here. Like, Boston is going to be shocked that he's been given this. Boston was fully expecting to, like, diplomacy, to, like, secrets, or maybe try and reinforce fold space, and all of a sudden, like, there's 5 spice for you.
Yep, this is probably going to be the turning point for the next 3 turns.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty big here. Tezia, meanwhile, does have an action. I don't know what she does here. It's kind of a weird spot, this. They're not going
I'm a
high.
bit
Are they
thrown
going
off
high
by
council?
Yellow's moves.
Is she going to go in high council here, maybe?
What end? Treachery?
Maybe, I think so. Could also go tech negotiation for it as well, which I don't hate. But I wonder if they're actually legit considering going early high council, because it's going to be so long for them to get their Swordmaster. They're going to have to wait 2 or 3 rounds. Does she just get high council first while waiting?
That would make sense.
There's some logic to it. It's risky, of course. You've got to make sure that you have got the cash ready for when it comes back round to you. Although, to be fair, by that point, anyone's going to be able to... They won't have Swordmaster. The only person not to have it... No, decides just to get in the way here. But I actually wouldn't mind a high council. I think that would have been really, really cool to see. Because everyone else is getting the Swordmaster ahead of you. Baron's going to be like, okay, I guess.
Christmas never left, I guess.
Yeah. Early, that's the easiest diplomacy ever left in your hand I've ever seen. Ikaz is just going to go wealth and just continue pushing. A lot of aggression here on the Emperor tracker. You don't see this often.
Yeah, for sure.
Very unusual here. So Ilban's going to reveal for 6 and a dagger, which Tezia hates to see. Absolutely hates to see this. So that's not gone at all well here. She has 6 herself.
I'd take the Ixion for sure.
Duncan Loyal, Duncan Idaho, X-Engineer. I think X-Engineer is probably the way to go. But, I mean, there's a lot of good cards. Like, they're all got their own uses here.
I don't see many other combat individuals in this. There's time to take it away. You can take Ixion first and go back to the others.
Oh, no. Duncan Loyal is found. And guess who just got Web of Power? I mean...
Oh my god.
Good grief.
Rich get richer, huh?
I mean, it's how the Baron lives, right? How thematic, ridiculous.
Oh,
So,
the
Web of
game,
Power.
everyone. The game.
Ecast finds Testy Humanity, by the way. That is not inconsiderable either. That's a pretty good card for him. I think I'd be considering taking that. Yeah, makes sense. Muffin behind turns up here. Oh,
All these power cards.
man. Big cards coming up. Pretty savage, this. So that's going to be it here. Tezia's going to take this down. We'll get the point in the trash. Ilban gets a very, very nice second place here for just 1 troop. Great value. Little surprised that Baron didn't decide to put any troops in. I guess in a way, great platform. He might have considered it, but, just to get the extra spice and Fret and Highliner, I guess.
Yep.
But never mind, not a big deal. We'll move on. Round 4. Guild Bank Rate is up. I mean, no one really cares, I don't think. It's a bizarre one. It's only round 4, but everyone has got so much money already.
Actually, oddly enough, as Baron, I might go for this just because I'm almost there to get the flagship. I might put in some just to fund the flagship.
There is chance that he has found space travel as well, it should have been noted. So if he had taken the extra spice, he can still do, I guess. He would have been able to consider actually highlinering this. Would have been interesting. So Swordmaster for Ekaz means that Ilban is going to go into the shipping. Tezzy's going to be in sort of the same position again. Fadakin taken by Ekaz reveals in the shadows. Lots of massive Bene Gesserit cards coming off here. All the big ones.
I'm not sure I agree with the
Fadakin.
grab there, just because there's too many cards in the deck now.
Yeah, he's got 13. He's going to be trying to get through like the weak stuff like super quickly, but time is going to be pretty difficult, I suspect. I guess he's also interested. He's got Spice Trader, and he went and got Saiyadina, so he's back. He's getting a backup Fremen Bond. I think is what's going on here as well. Yeah. If he doesn't have the water, so he can buy Spice Flows because he's got Grand Conspiracy.
See a lot less Saiyadina now.
I mean that's true, but I mean that's not necessarily how it gets full. Anyway, so Ilban ships. Tezia is in a kind of a weird spot. Do you just go Mentat here with intentions of going Wealth? I guess. I don't hate it. Is there any spots that she needs to get to immediately? Like maybe Hardy Warriors?
As ridiculous as it sounds, I might just aim for the Spy Satellites. Get some Spice and go for Spy Satellites.
I mean, Tezzy can definitely make use of it. Players got to remember, like, Spy Satellites can be trash for free Spice. Like, if you don't have to not get it. And it's a good denial pick. Especially given some of the people on this table. She goes Steel Suits. She's just picking up a ton of water here.
Yeah, because last I checked, a lot of the access cards aren't actually in Tessia's deck. It's in the other people's deck.
A lot of it, yeah.
So he's probably going to lose a lot of the track wars, ironically.
Here we go. So Baron, I think, Baron takes Spy Satellites. No? He's just going to block it up. He's preparing for some flagship action. Okay, so he gets in the way minimum. Ekaz has got Shifting Allegiances here. I mean, it's hard not to consider using it. But Seek Allies is there as well. It's a bit of a weird hand, this. Seek Allies is going to be played first. Goes more Wealth. What is... I've never seen this much aggression of Emperor Trap. Very unusual.
Sure.
I think we've had like 5 Wealth hits in 4 rounds. Or something ridiculous. Or we've had Wealth's been hit every single round, for sure. Which is very unusual. We don't see that a lot.
Might be a little aggressive, but I'd consider using Shifting Allegiance to get the water over at the Fremen track.
Yeah, it's not a bad shout.
Just because you have like 3 Fremen cards, you might as well contest it anyway.
Yeah, I mean it's not a terrible idea. So Ilban will happily take Mentat here. Finds his other dagger. So probably Fold Space getting used here. Maybe the players have agreed that this game is going to be decided by Solari tiebreak, not Spice. It's the only logical thing I can think of.
This is actually the perfect round for Baron. I suspect that 3 to 4 points in the next 2 rounds from Baron alone.
Yeah, it's looking pretty dangerous here. Baron is threatening to run away. There's no question about that. Depends a bit on what conflicts come up, admittedly.
Yep.
But the danger's definitely there. What on earth does Tezzy do here? Does she just go Haga Basin, I guess?
That's what I would do.
I think Haga Basin seems the action, and it is taken. It does potentially give Spy Satellites if they want it next round. It is there. Doesn't use the Signet Ring, however, so they're just gonna... Man, the problem is Tezzy's gonna really struggle to use her Signet Ring this game, because she's going for the Fremen, and it's gonna see a lot of threatening competition here. Especially, it's gonna be tricky. She's gonna struggle to shift away and keep hold of that alliance, I fear. That is a concern. She doesn't put any troops in. Huh. Nothing at all. Again, not interested in the cash, I guess, so she's got no intention of the High Council. Baron just reveals, and just reveals to take hold of Mother Mahayim. Wow. Wow. Giving up 2 actions for that seems a bit much, though.
I think so, too. I would have probably used the space travel.
Especially when In the Shadows is just sitting there. I guess, like, Tezzy is going to probably reveal and take it, you'd think. Wow, just taking Mahayim. So... Okay, some interesting plays starting up here. Wow, Shifting is just going to take High Council here. What It is
I don't understand this.
doesn't even bother going to like Great Flat and say, I'll be fine. I don't need the price. I don't need the bump. Private Army will be good. I guess thinking maybe partly Grand Conspiracy, getting up and running. Either that or this game has just passed me by, kids.
I think it's just too slow. Grand Conspiracy is one of those late game things that you can get in position for, but I don't think he senses the danger from Baron yet.
No, that's the fear. Remember, I've got so many kids. So, like, Somancy, as long as he doesn't get a horrendous result, is probably going to top this table. But it's far from guaranteed. You know, like I say, for the other 3 players, this is virtually a must-win game, realistically
So
speaking.
gets 6 Solari for 1 troop. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, that feels nice. I mean, he doesn't even have to put any troops in. Treachery does it for him.
Yep.
Wow. I mean,
I guess Spice Traders get some free conversions.
Yeah, I mean, what is going on here? This is a curious game. Tessie's gonna find the shadows, which is very scary. It's very frightening. Ikaz is gonna reveal for 4. I guess other memories the take here, right?
Yep.
Probably other
Sardina.
memory. So that's nice. Yeah, it's amazing that you can use Ever Memory to pick up Sardina and then combine it with Fremen cards for the bond.
Yep.
Really funky. So Ilban's just going to get 6 Solari on the house.
As you said, didn't even have to commit any troops.
Problem is, though, in a weird way, I don't know what Ilban's going to do with half this money. Like, obviously, he's going High Council. He's going to try and hit Mentat a bit, but I don't actually think he's going to use all this cash.
He was the one who bought the Spice Traders, right? So he could make some use of that.
Is Ilban going to go Dreadnoughts?
Could be.
I think this could really influence some Dreadnought play here. I mean, you've got this money to go, and of course, and the thing is that great for Ilban is if you do buy Dreadnoughts, that still triggers Ruthless, and he still gets to draw a card. So I think we might well see some Dreadnought action from Somancy here. I mean, good reason to do it. At least I'll see. Anyway, so Ilban is first here. Desert Power is the conflict. Pretty nice. Ilban's not drawn great for Swordmaster. Unfortunately, he has to use the liaison to do it, which isn't what he wanted. Teddy's got all sorts of resources.
We're going to see a lot of cards disappear this round, I suspect.
Yeah, Ravenbeheim is prepped up here. This is going to be problems. Ikaz is eyeing up Steel Suits here with Sardina. I don't think there's no way that's going to get blocked here.
Wow.
So he's going to be good for the point. I wonder where Baron's going with... Oh, of course, Ilban's gone... Oh, Ilban went Swordmaster and thus gave up the interstellar shipping, so even more bonus for Baron here.
Yep, gets the Spice.
Man, what a spot to be in.
This is easily going to be 2 to 3 points for Baron this round.
Tessie goes Mentat now, not last round here. Okay. I mean, I guess she's the only person now to not get Swordmaster. She can get it wherever she wants. And here comes the setup play. The thing is, he's only just reshuffled his deck, so there's no guarantee that Mahaim is going to be in here. Far from guaranteed. Sardina gets played. Gets the point there. He'll also want to in this combat, will Ikaz here. He's got to put troops in this combat before all is said and done with this water on availability here. But doesn't have to do it right now. Fadakin is also active for the swords, which is good. But he is out of resources, which is a problem.
Well, if Roar's fortunate enough, he should hit the Imperial Basin. That can activate the Private Army, and he should win the day at that point.
That'd feel pretty good. Ilban, I think, is fearing a little bit here. He's looking at the situation thinking, doesn't like it. He can't go a High Council, no council access here. I don't really know what you do here as Ilban. I'm kind of unsure. Do you hire any warriors?
No.
Hardy Boys feels pretty good here, I would say. Gets your point with the Fremen. You're probably going to get your water back minimum, right?
It feels too dangerous at this point. I would probably... Because, our Ikaz has definitely got to go into combat. And Tessia bought a bunch of combat cards, so that's probably going to be the case too, with Fremen Camp and... I forgot which other combat card, but there's at least 2 combat cards in Tessia's deck, so I'd be mindful of that. I would probably avoid combat this time.
No, he's gonna go for it. He's gonna barrel in here. Thing is, I'm gonna get the water refund. I think that's what he's thinking there. Again, it might not be right, but I think that's what we're going to see here. Wow. So Tessia Vernius has Spice Must Flow. She can reveal for 9 and take it.
Yeah, but nobody wants to walk away from it. Everybody wants to
do it fearing Mother Mahayam. I don't know. I mean, this isn't obvious. Like, I would be at least considering it. No, just going to go Great Flat here. Not going to worry about it too much. That's an absolute bucket ton of spice here. Is that all going in? It's all going in. Wow. I mean, that feels bad for Ilban here. That kind of sucks. Is Mahayam going to get played now? Is it? It's there if he wants it.
It's now or no.
And here it comes. Mahayam will be played. So all players will have to discard 2 cards. Officially, it's done in a clockwise from the center of the table. Officially speaking, if players want to discard early, that's their prerogative. But Agent needs to go down. Yeah, just some clarification there. Still always Agent first, and then you get the box. Rob was typing, I'm pretty sure that was the question was about to be asked. Just goes to Wealth. So now the Agent box kicks in. So now all players have got to discard 2 cards again. And we've done an order here. So Ikaz giving up the swords. So it looks like he's not getting involved in this combat here. Ilban just ditches the convincings. And Tessia, I think, might follow suit. Well, just gets a recon, I guess. I guess that's fine. I got 1 action. It's not a huge deal, but this is going to become a problem later on. Probably in the back end of the game, people are trying to find Spice's foes. It's going to put him in difficult spots here. Ikaz has got 2 actions. He's got Other Memory and Diplomacy. He's going to use Diplomacy first. I guess he's going Secrets. He is. I mean, that's pretty useful. I wouldn't be saying no to that. Tactician. Pretty good pick. Ilban is just going to throw more troops in at Carthag, I guess. Yeah. Feels forced into it. Kind of hates his life, though. He's going to be nervous of artillery is the problem, but I honestly don't see what else he does here. I guess maybe Basin?
As Ikaz, I might actually jump into this combat, seeing as everybody's exhausted at this point.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he might have a little pokers here, but he finds Glimpse the Path, which is pretty useful, so the troops go in. Or is he not? He decides not to bother contesting. Wow.
Yep. Much of a commitment.
Wow. Oh no, now he's drawn a card here and he's changed his mind. He's picked up the dagger, so now he's like, okay, I might as well go for it here. Thinking, well, if Tessia doesn't have a sword, then I'm good here. But Arakeen could find it, and I think she's going to go for it here.
Yep. You already put in so much.
Oh. No, she goes. She's going to go flagships. She had the negotiator up there, so that's a big investment for just a water and a spice.
Yeah.
That's a big investment. So doesn't decide to draw. Curious to know what the next card would have been for Tessia. But never mind. Baron's still got an action here. Baron might poke his nose into this for the spice, perhaps. Or he could go Dreadnoughting. Like, he could well go Dreadnought and pick up, like, spice satellites or holo projectors, or even detonation devices. Maybe.
I think I'd probably go for spy satellites.
He's not going to go for any techs here. I don't really like, though, I don't think City does enough you here, though, is the problem.
Yep, I agree. Especially, well, Siege Taper is fine.
Maybe he thinks he's trying to, like, stop Ikaz from getting the water here, perhaps. But Ikaz can't go there anyways. He can't reach it, so... Yeah, it feels kind of an indifferent play, this. I feel like they're, could have done more here. So, Ikaz is going Basin, I guess?
Basin.
Yeah, Basin he's going to go here. See what he draws. Well, he finds a dagger.
Oh, let's see.
4, 9. He can win it by putting all of it in. Oh, but he doesn't. Oh, he holds the troops back. He could have legit won this combat by going all in here.
Yeah, that's the thing about combat. Sometimes it takes a lot of courage.
2, 4, 5, 10. Oh, no, he would only have tied. I do apologize. He would have been at 13 as well as Ilban. Ilban's dagger kind of would have held it off there. Just. Yeah. So, don't hate it, I guess. But definitely tempting. So just going to hold the troops in. He's going to wait for later. Anyways, meanwhile, Ilban doesn't buy. Tesia picks up the voice, which is pretty scary. Baron picks up more Bene Gesserit cards here. Truthsayer now. So she's going to look to really aggressively use from Reverend Mother here. Kaz has 2. But does not. He does buy the Liaison. And there's nothing to play here at all. So that's going to be all she wrote here. Point for Ilban. Tesia settles for 2nd place. Spice for the Baron. We're going to move on here. Now, Tesia Vanis, of course, does not have enough for Swordmaster. She's going to be sufficing on Mentats for now. Arakine's the next combat.
Or has to jump in on this one. If he doesn't jump in on this.
You'd feel so, wouldn't you? Now, Baron Harkonnen has found space travel. Is this going to be a time he considers going Highliners here, perhaps? Space travel's not doing a lot else is the problem. You're buying space travel, like, you're kind of, like, preparing for some aggressive Highlinering. More often than not.
Well, you can always do Interstellar first and see what's up.
Oh, of course, yeah. But, I mean, I think that's going to be an option for him. I guess he's going to take spy... Is he taking spy satellites with the tech?
I'd actually prefer to grab the detonation devices. 2nd move, go grab the Dreadnought. 3rd move, go Highline.
I don't know. Is anyone else realistically going Dread? I mean, like, Ilban might go Dreadnoughts, but I feel like he'd go High Council first. I think I'd be probably happy to take Spy Satellites first and assume Ilban's going High Council, and then go Dreadnoughts to pick it up anyways, perhaps. Could go both ways about it. I feel like if you get detonation devices first, it's kind of opening your hand a little bit. If you just pick up Spy Satellites, I think it's pretty standard.
Actually mean in the context that he should try to use it to detonate for himself.
Oh yeah, of course, I accept that. But I mean, I would pick up detonation when I get the Dreadnought. Because I don't think anyone else is picking it up. I think I'd pick up Spy Satellites first. Because to, like, not make it obvious that I'm going to be going Dreadnoughts until you actually grab the devices.
Fair enough.
Anyway, some more mental action for Tesia. She finds a Signet Ring. Again, she's really struggling to make any use out of it. Her faction access has not been great so far this game. Kind of been a little bit forced into some weird positions, but kind of slightly of their own making, maybe. Baron Harkonnen is up.
Combat-based Tesia.
So Tesia has picked up Duncan Loyal, which is going to be relevant later on in the game. So players will have to bear that in mind. Baron's having a look at the text. I mean, you just got to deny Spy Satellites, right? I guess. Like, it's good to have. You can always just trash it.
Well, you can always see what your Signet Ring gives you first, and then you can decide after that.
Well, he's got to put the agent down, though. But obviously before he buys the tech, of course. Like, if he finds, like, advanced weaponry, then... What is... Baron's got different ideas here. What's going on here?
You should definitely go Interstellar first.
What's he eyeing up here? Is he eyeing up, like, Conspire or something? Or Wealth? Is he trying to get in front of Ekaz?
You can already get in front of Ekaz, though. Doesn't need to.
No, he's I don't know. I was just having some ideas here. And Ekaz is holding shifting here, which is going to be dangerous. So down and up it must be for the Baron.
Grab your Signet. Grab your intrigue first. That's what I'd recommend.
Yeah. Get as much information as possible. Unless you're pretty convinced you're going to pick up whatever you're going to take, whatever. He's eyeing up detonation, which is, I think, it's like giving the game away. He's going to go holo projectors? He does go holo projectors. Curious. He's going to feel like he's got to get in front here of the Emperor, but he's about to have a bad day. Troops taken, bump taken, cash taken. Cash is an interesting choice. Should be noted. He's already got his Swordmaster here. I didn't think he was going High Council.
Well, this is going to be bad timing.
Yeah, Test of Humanity is going to be played here first. So, players will need to drop their, is going to drop their things. Baron eventually got Dispatch an Envoy, which is pretty good. This is good for Tezia. Tezia's totally happy with this. She gets to unload in the shadows, so she doesn't care. So Dune lost for Ilban. Tezia gets the Bene Gesserit bump, so she doesn't mind. Dune gone for Baron. They'd already trashed whatever it was they were going to trash. I think it was the dagger. Ooh, Ikaz has got 9 persuasion in hand, 11 persuasion in hand with High Council, so that's going to feel not too bad. So Spice's Flow incoming. I don't feel like Ikaz is really set up to go Dreadnoughting here very much, so I guess he's going to have to get his points from using Shifting to get hold of the faction influence, I would feel.
Yeah, I've got to slow down Baron.
Ilban up here.
If I were Baron, I'd probably go Hardy Warriors instead. Save up the resources for next round.
I think is Ilban going Dreadnoughts here? I have a funny feeling he is. I have a funny feeling he's going Dreadnought here. No, he's going to smuggle.
Show first.
Okay.
Get the spice. Get a little closer to the sleepers. Get your Emperor bump.
Yep. They always want to try and take at least like 1 passive bump on the Emperor where possible. Usually fairly advisable. Tezia's got Diplomacy, she's got Signet Rings. But again, a Signet Ring's really hard for her to lose because, you know, that's the Throne Alliance is in just constant jeopardy. And this is the problem for Tezia. Like, it's really hard for her to use a ring for anything. Because it's just, like, it could be lost at almost any point if she's not paying attention.
I think this is just really unfortunate because Tessia is likely going to keep hammering away at the Fremen track. And Roar's not going to be able to shift up and down as easily.
No. Spice taken for Tezia. I wonder what she's up to here. I wonder if there's... Maybe she's going to conspire, perhaps? Or she's just pumping up for flagships, I guess. I think she's actually going to consider conspiring here. With that spice. Get some more money for flagships and whatnot. I've got a funny feeling that's what we're going to see here. So, flagships getting played now. Is she really going to put them in?
I actually think it's 2 objectives. The first is the intent of getting 4 Slari. The second objective is spy satellites. That's what I think the true intention of Tessia is.
We shall see. So Baron's up. Baron's still got all his spice. He can go anywhere he wants on the faction tracks. What reasons are there not to go Highliners?
Well, you're up ahead on a lot of resources. You can save up. You can do Hardy Warriors instead.
His garrison's already kind of big is the problem. Like, he's already got 6 in garrison, which is a little uncomfortable. No, he is going to go High Council. I don't know if I like this. I don't know if Baron's really set up that well for High Council.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I guess he's figuring I've got backup reveals of Mahayim. I don't have to use it. I'm guessing is what's going on here. I guess Ikaz is just going to go ahead and take the water at Still Seats first.
Good job by Roar, or else this could have been devastating.
Yep, and now, yeah, this is, and the thing is as well now, the thing is, shifting allegiances is no longer workable here. It is deactivated. You cannot get the 2 spies together. Ilban going Carriel, and going there to Great Flats and picking up 6 spies here. So now Ilban is threatening Dreadnoughts with his treachery here, surely.
Spy satellites?
Oh, he's also threatening spy satellites. There's a lot going on here. This is complicated, this. I just want to see people go Highlander, folks. Can you blame me?
I can't blame you. At this point, I would probably hammer it.
Especially with treachery in hand specifically. It's really tempting.
Yeah.
We'll see. Tezia's up.
You're too far behind Tessia. You got to make that spy satellite play. That's your only out right now.
That's just in trouble here. This game is pretty close, though. Everyone's at 5 points officially.
Good move.
Does find it. So there's a backup here, especially given the really weird spot that she's in with alliances. It's very unusual to see like Tessia taken by satellites, but
Well,
Doesn't mean
she's
it's
at
not
8
effective.
points.
She's officially at 5. She's at 5+3 now. And that is a problem. It's a weird Tessia Vernius game. I wonder if that's going to influence maybe players looking to punt that. Oh, no, they can't. Can't do that. Can't punt that up. Yeah, they're trying to protect the Fremen Alliance. I think they realize that taking Spy Silence is going to make them a huge target at Fremen here. I wonder if this is going to influence Ilban just absolutely bombing this alliance, maybe. Knowing the problem that Tessia prevents now. I don't know.
Somancy's probably going to play it safe.
Yeah, probably. I mean, Somancy does not have to win this game. Baron is going to go Hardy Warriors. Is going to go. No, Baron goes Highliner first though. Gets in the way. So, and Spy Silence is gone. Oh, but Shuttle Fleet turns up. Oh man, this has got to be a Dreadnought play now, right? So Shuttle Fleet looks very, very tasty.
Don't cheap out. Fully commit.
Oh, he only puts in the 5.
This could be
that is risky. And Ekaz is just going to kind of just barrel it. He's just going to cocoon here. Just getting hold of water. Getting enough influence to get hold of the Spice Must Flow here. So he's just going to completely cocoon.
Baron's going to be sorely upset when he sees that Somancy has a treachery. And he's going to likely Hardy Warrior here.
I think, I think it's the problem. Like Tessia taking Spy Satellites is super dangerous here. I think he's going to feel kind of like he almost like a degree of policing here. He's definitely considering it, and it's also the point of the combat as well. Like it gets him in front of Baron as well, so he can take the point there too.
Yep.
He's got the sword as extra.
And he can afford it. That's the thing. He has so much resources. He can afford this loss, even if it is.
He can go for it. It's a free punt here. Remember, Somancy, like he's only ahead of producer Sean by 2 points in the table. He's got to win in the bag though, but he's not very far ahead here. So he needs to like, if he has a really poor result here, like he might not make the he might have to go via the wild cards here. He's not guaranteed to make it. But no, he's gonna play conservative here and grab hold of Shuttle Fleet, I guess. He's gonna wait it out. Looks like it's gonna be Shuttle Fleet, I would imagine. Yeah, and it is Shuttle Fleet indeed. I mean, it's a Shuttle Fleet. Looking at it, I don't actually think it's that great a tech for him. Like he's gonna have to. I guess he's gonna continue to challenge the Spacing Alliance. I guess. Like, what else is he gonna challenge? He's not challenging the Emperor, and he's not challenging Fremen, I don't think.
Spacing and Benny, that's what I choose.
Spacing and Benny looks the most obvious picks.
I just don't like that play.
You just don't think it's direct enough.
Yeah, because Baron already has access to first level Interstellar, so you're not beating him unless you land your treachery a second time around. So
yeah, and the thing is, that's a lot of commitment here, and like Tessia surely is the danger here, not Baron. Gave on the victory point as well, yeah. I think, and the thing is, like, you had the Spice of Supermaster Awaken anyways, so you didn't need to worry about that, but never mind. It's done. So Tessia is going to reveal for 3 swords, a couple of persuasion. I don't really think needs to buy anything. Her deck's at 13 cards. She has 3, actually. I apologise. Could buy Ben Just a Sister. I don't hate it. Yeah, it does. I think it's fine. It's a good reveal. Baron's going to reveal for 4, and Smuggler's Fopter's turned up, which is going to be very, very tempting. I don't see how he turns this down. He might use, he wants to use Holo Projectors, but Smuggler's Fopter's right there. I think I would not, I mean, if he can work out what his last card is, he would know for sure. But if you don't know what it is, I wouldn't take any chances. Fopter's such a strong card. Oh, it's Web of Power. Oh, if he realised that, he'd be doing this instantly. Obviously didn't remember what his card was. He's like, oh yeah, I bought that. Ah, yeah, that's pretty good. So, yeah, big for Baron. So Baron is going to get in front already here with the Spacing Alliance if he wants to, and he surely has to.
Should.
So, yeah, this is not good for Somancy here. He's going to have to commit a lot of resources to take this alliance. And it's probably not what the alliance he probably needs to be fending for here. Forward persuasion for Baron. Surely he's going to go Thopter here, right?
That's the only one that makes sense.
Duncan's like nice with the water reveal. Is he considering weirding way to like get Mahaim off easier maybe? I don't know. I mean, you got enough Bene Gesserit cards. I don't think you need to worry, but you got like 4 cards, I think, Bene Gesserit. Like a third of your deck is already Bene Gesserit. Doesn't take Thopter either. Huh. Interesting. Ekaz goes for the Spice Must Flow. Another part of Grand Conspiracy underway here. He still needs to get some action, though. He's still not quite there. There goes Treachery. And Baron's going to see that and think, wow, how did you not go in Hardy Warriors there? He's going to be thanking his lucky stars.
Yeah, 3 point for Baron.
Yeah, he'll take that happily. Somancy could have threatened basically 2 players at once and decided kind of not really to, so... lovely music cues here. You're welcome. But especially, again, he's got to be careful. Like, if he comes last in this game, like, he is catchable by a couple of players and will get hit into the wild cards. He's got to be careful here. Baron will take Arakeen here. Solari for Ekaz and Tesia is largely irrelevant here. And we come on to the tier 3s, and first up is Imperial Basin, which is neutral. So here we go. Oh, Ilban finds Treachery again. Wow.
Huh.
Wow.
I named this strike twice. Does Baron know to defend his position?
I mean, you can't expect him to find it again. It's pretty unlikely. How are you ever gonna know? I mean, he has to go fold space. That feels hideous. I don't think he's going to. I mean, he might take the bump on shipping, I guess.
Would do.
But he's also conscious of the fact that he needs to start making progress with Bene Gesserit, and time's running out. No, he's just gonna go Research Station.
That was the wrong move. Sayadina would never use the water anyway. You would not run that.
Whoa.
Wrong move.
Whoa. Well, there you go. So, Research Station played, has got a ton of persuasion. Ekaz has not found Sayadina, though. It's not there. So, Ekaz, as it turns out, he wants to get some card draw desperately. He's going to go base in here. He's prepping up for more selective breeding. Desperately trying to find Sayadina, I guess. Well. Plot thickens here. Ilban can steal this alliance with Treachery. It's there again. It's probably too late now to pressure Tesia for the Fremen. He had to do it sooner.
Just know that he has to do it now or never.
The thing is, if he'd gone there early, he had diplomacy in hand this time around, so he could have actually snatched the alliance as well. Could have gone steel suits and just completely robbed Tesia of it. She would have had no defense. Instead, he's just going to go Mentat and he's going to wait. He's going to see how it develops here. Finds his other dagger. Finds a liaison. This is a little passive from Somancy.
Now Baron gets to go Interstellar if they feel like it too.
Tesia's only got 2 actions is the problem here. Tesia goes steel suits just to try and get in the way of Ekaz? Defend her alliance a bit? She knows Treachery's out there. It seems likely that Ilban's going to go for the Spacey Alliance, but it's not guaranteed. I think there's a lot of value for steel suits here. I think just to protect it and just to keep it keeps Ekaz out as well a little bit. I don't know.
I would actually use Mother Mahaim on Fold Space with the Dispatch the Envoy if I were blue.
That would be that's not a move you see often. Mother Mahaim to Fold Space. That's a new one.
He can afford it. He's got plenty of resources.
It's gonna put Ilban in a weird spot as well. Does he discard Treachery if Mahaim gets played, or does he keep it?
To keep it.
I'm not sure he will. I have a feeling he might discard it. I don't know. We'll see. Secrets is played for Tesia. So, Fremen Alliance is left open. Oh, she finds bribing. Well, hello. This is only the second snooper for Tesia, though, which is a problem. Obviously, she's not getting much of that. She gets an intrigue. So, gets 2. Bribery is basically just pure defense for Fremen, I suppose. Dispensation is doing nothing. She doesn't have it, and she will not be going there. It's a blank. Baron might feel he's got to defend the Emperor Alliance, though. Mahaim is going to get played here, so it's off to Wealth. So just going to defend the Alliance here. It's what it's really doing. So 2 cards, and Ilban, you can tell already, is like, ugh. So Dune and Spice must play for Ekaz.
Gotta keep it.
Ilban.
Gotta buy yourself some time.
Is he going to find it? He does keep it. Okay, well, the
Good
players,
job.
I think, are largely going to not expect him to have Treachery at this point. I think a lot of them would expect him to get rid of it. So, that's going to be pretty big here. Ekaz and Ilban somewhat protected from behind from the earlier card draw. Tessie's got to discard another one. She has to make a guess now what she's going to do next.
The best thing is now, as you said, everyone suspects he doesn't have it. He can take his time with that treachery.
Yeah, no one's going to see us coming here, especially not the Baron. Baron's going to have absolutely no idea this is coming here. Bene Gesserit's sister gone. Probably the right choice. No one's gone into Stellar Shipping yet, by the way, which is curious. Baron has toned it down twice. Baron has 9 persuasion in hand still, so I think he's going to be using dispatching his dagger to somewhere as an envoy. Ekaz goes to Arakeen, putting troops in. Oh, he's only got 8 persuasion. Oh, that's a problem for Ekaz. He's short. He was desperately looking for Saidina for the Spiceless Flow. He has missed it. And that would have freed up the water for him to go research station next round. I honestly think that's what Ekaz did. I think he was happy to get the Saidina for the water, for the Ferrum Bond, and then next round just research station, but he's not found it.
I think we're probably going to see Baron use the Hollow Projectors.
Is Ilban go Haga Basin with Cariel here? And then look to go Highliner with Treachery and win the combat as well?
Yeah, I think that's the right play. Or Interstellar first.
Interstellar first. I don't hate it.
Yep.
If the situation's open to you, then it's definitely tempting. Tessia is just going to go ahead and just go smuggling. Duncan Loyal doing nothing here. Just going to sit there. Interesting. I don't know if I really like the smuggling here, to be honest. Oh my god, is she prepping up? Is she gonna throw with Duncan Loyal and Flagship here?
Yeah, but it's so insignificant, that force.
Yeah, I don't particularly like. I guess she's just gonna get a load of spice and then she's gonna close her eyes and go Highliner next round or something. But she's never gonna get her diplomacy again.
Just load up on troops with Duncan.
Problem is, I don't think she's ever gonna see Duncan again. She's got like 9 cards on a discard.
Yeah, but it's not like he has a force of troops to deploy into anyway.
So, Hollow projecting away the dagger first. Find Signet Ring, hello. So, can use that happily to go somewhere. Does he go
Party Warriors with the Signet?
Could do. Could go... Might go Carfag. I don't think he's going to use Dispatch and Envoy somehow. I think he's just going to go Carfag and go double Intrigue here. Yeah, that's what I figured he was going to do. Finds Charisma, which is pretty good for next round. Not right now. It's a big find, by the way. That is monstrous. Well, now, like, Ilban now has to go Highline. He's now forced into this. Quid pro quo doesn't help him a lot here. It's not even useful. So Ilban now has to take this alliance, right? Otherwise, Baron's going to reveal and win the combat. He wins the game. So I think Ilban's hand is forced. He has to go Haga Basin and then Highliner here. Another card discarded here. Ilban has to ditch diplomacy, surely. And does. And the players are going to see that and I think, what's going on here? Tessia has no reveal. She can't even use Duncan. Wow, that's savage. So, if there was any flagship plans to throw with Duncan, they are no good anymore. And Baron has to discard a card, so he loses his Spice Must Flow, but he has to use Charisma as a backup, I guess.
I think they're fine. Just toss the dude.
Yeah, but yeah, Baron's got to use Charisma. He didn't want to have to do this, but it is what it is. He could lose a deployed troop. He's considering dropping the troop here. It's testing humanity. Does he kill the troop off?
No, you have to stay committed.
He figured he had so, but the problem is he has no swords, and Ikaz has got 3 intrigues and is put in here.
That's fine. You gotta make him spend it. It's not like your next hand's gonna have a lot of draw power in it anyway. You're not likely to get another Spice Must Flow, I don't feel.
He gives away Dune. So Charisma will have to be played here to make the catch-up here. The troop goes in. So here we go. And they're going to see this. And Ikaz is suddenly going to get a little nervous here.
It's okay, because he's got Web of Power, so he's protected.
Ikaz is also going to be nervous here. There's a lot going on. Like, he's going to be able to protect the Alliance here, but it depends, like, if Somancy... But Somancy could take it next round, because he has shipping ready to go. Baron can't defend this.
That's a good point.
He can't... Yeah, this is lost. I think Baron realizes he's in serious trouble here. It's kind of crept up on him a little bit. But I think Baron realized he's like, oh my god, do I defend this alliance? What on earth does he do here? It feels horrible to not. We'll see. Anyways, Tessia officially reveals first with bribery. She's just going to protect this alliance here. Figures, what the hell? I mean, Baron's going to feel compelled to like have to defend here and just hope that somehow Ilban... But there's no way Ilban doesn't take the alliance if he doesn't want to.
To give up on it and just go Benny?
I think he has to. I think he's got to give up. He said that it's gone here. Oh, he feels he has to defend it, but it feels horrendous. He gets Spice Must Flow. He can get... Oh, he can actually get Spice Must Flow. Anyways, he had High Council. Of course, I forgot that Baron went High Council because it seems such a crazy move. 6 to buy for Ikaz. Could try and go fishing, maybe, for something, but it's not really worth it, I don't think. I don't think you'll see anything here. Ikaz, by the way, is giving up points here still. He's still missing the point from the spacing.
Why did Roar buy the Thopter?
I think denial. I don't know. I guess just denial. If the game goes that long, I think he's going to shift from Emperor to take the highlight to go spacing, and then maybe rents it later on. Anyways, here's the highliner. So in it goes. 2 extra troops. It's all going in.
Somancy's going to be disappointed that he's going to lose this one again.
Yeah, this is terrible news for Somancy. He is 1 strength short. Ikaz can take this down, and he will take this down. Somancy cannot defend this. It has not gone well for Somancy here. This is the worst result he could have hoped for this. He's going to be clear, decisive 4th going into this next round here. Pretty insane.
Yeah.
Somancy winning his first 2 games has kind of come unstuck here a little bit.
It's unfortunate. I think he's been making the right moves by and large, but it's just bad luck there.
It's
Can't
not
do much
going to
about
happen.
8 swords.
He's at least going to be able to get hold of the Spacey Alliance as a consolation and 5 spice, but still feels pretty terrible. So we go another round here. It's going to be round 8. Big conflict, this. Could be the last round of the game. We'll see. Oh, it's Grand Vision!
Saidina should be
Wow!
coming up. Saidina, there we are.
Wow!
Looks like Roar might be wrapping this up.
Raw might be fortunate here, courtesy of Grand Vision. It's a big find for him. If it was a 2-point combat, it's a different story. Wow. I mean, you just go secrets, right? With Saidina, surely.
Yeah.
But he's only got 7 persuasions, the problem. Where's his second point coming from? That's the problem he's got here. If he uses Saidina, he only has 7 persuasion. So where's point 2? How does he close the game out? That's the problem here. And he has no repeat access to the Bene Gesserit. So I don't think this is as clear cut. I have a feeling he's not going to use Saidina here. He's gonna go research station, and that's exactly what we're going to see here. No, he goes Arakeen!
With the Fedaykin Commando?
Whoa!
Why?
I don't know, he's trying to find a Spice Must Flow to go with Saiyadina, but like, it's so unlikely for him to find it. Man.
There is a way out now. If he goes to Imperial Basin and he cuts card.
Yeah. What is going on here? Wow. Kind of insane. Anyway, so that happens. Interesting move. Ikaz ditches his Spice Must Flow away, so players will know he probably doesn't have Core in the market if they're paying attention. Ilban is going to go ahead and get all the detonation devices. He's obviously got a Dreadnought, so there could be some fun here.
If Roar goes to Imperial Basin, then selective breeding with the Saiyadina, there could be a 10th point there.
Wow, that's well, that's going to be potentially some interest here. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, so Spice taken for Ikaz, so threatening Highliners again. Not that he can actually get there though, but it's being threatened.
Baron's going to stop Roar though.
What is going on here? This game, it's kind of all over the place. Tezia's up here. Tezia feels like she's got a... This is such a terrible conflict for Tezia. I mean, I guess she can go for the Bene Gesserit alliance. I guess. But how does Tezia ever win this?
Yeah.
That's the problem. I mean, to be fair, she's got 2 daggers, which are getting buffed by artillery. Do you just...
Cash out on the
cash smuggling, Ghost City, flagship? I mean, you're going to have... 10 strength, probably about 14 strength, I guess. You have 5 troops in, and the 4 strength for the daggers. It's not a lot, though. Any sustained attack, that is not going to hold here. This is a horrible spot for Tezia. But what else is there?
You could always let Somancy win this fight. It's not like he's threatening anything. It's not like you own anything either.
The problem, I mean, I guess...
You could use this as a resting round.
Mentat played. Wow, and Fremenkamp is actually usable at Basin. She can actually get that in, but she has no money. Interesting, a lot happening here. Back to the Baron. I've no idea how Baron's going to approach this.
Discard a card, draw a card, discard the dagger, then use the Truthsayer to kill that dagger and draw 2 cards with selective breeding. Toss the dagger. You can do it.
No, he's gonna... Oh, he sees memo corders! Does he? He goes memo corders. Wow. So I can only assume what Baron's gonna do here is he's gonna hit a Bene Gesserit spot, and he's gonna hit a Fremen spot. What?
Guess he wants it to be activated.
Yeah, but the way you do that is you use the bump here for the Fremen spot, and then you go Fremen and Bene Gesserit, and then you use Quid Pro Quo. I'm surprised. Is he really threatening this alliance? There's no way he can take it.
I think he's just thinking he'll probably hit the Bennies twice. I think he's hoping.
Far from guaranteed.
Yeah.
A lot of weirdness happening. Anyways, Ikaz is up. Ikaz has got his ring out. I don't know where he's going with it. Oh, we've had a DC from Raw. Hold on for a second here. I guess Ikaz is just going to go... I have no idea what's going to happen here. This is a funky game here. As it stands, with the current results, if the game ended now, currently as it stands, like if Raw wins this, well, to be fair, that's not true. Like Tessie's got 2 points in the bag here, so she's at 8 officially. But as it stands, like Raw would win this and would probably qualify into the wild cards, but it's far from guaranteed. It depends on the result in the other game. You'd have Tessia, which is Ren. So I had to quickly check there. I should probably just do that. That'd be easier. Ren would get second with 3 points, getting up to 6 from 3, which means they'd have to win their last game, almost certainly. In fact, they would have to win their last game. Baron, which is Panzer, would be at 6 from 3 as well, going from the last game. Same position. And then Somancy would only have 13 points for 3 games and would be in major peril. 2 players in the last game could win and take him out of the knockout qualification. So, real danger.
The problem I have with Baron taking mem quarters is you're not using your truth stare first. If you're going to go to get the mem quarters, you should have used the truth stare just so you can threaten immediately with the mother.
Yeah, just instill the fear of God into them.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, it's all kinds of weird. This has been a curious game. It's been a lot.
Combat Tessia, I don't see that too often.
I mean, she can definitely do it, and I've been there before. Like, she doesn't have to, but like, it can be pretty dangerous here. But I don't know. We're gonna see what happens here. This has been a very non-standard game.
I think Tessia doesn't have a chance in this combat.
I think she's gonna try though. I think she's gonna try and hope that maybe other players just wait for another round. Ikaz is desperately trying to find 2 points somehow, but I just don't see how it's possible.
Only chance is if you go with the Vice Hunter to selective breeding.
He is going reset station.
He's going to use that water.
Oh, he's finding shifting. Is what he's going to do. He's going to use shifting to get hold of the fold space point, and then he's going to reveal for Spice Must Flow to find the Spice Must get the 10 that way. I tell you what, if he knew that was his last card, then I can't fault the move. Because it was his last card, so he must have worked out that was what he was drawing. So in that case, fair enough then. Like, good on Raw to spot that and realise what he had to do. This game ends this round. I don't think this can be stopped. They'd have to block both Haggard and Imperial Basin here, and I can't see how both are getting blocked here.
Baron can still stop this. Mother.
Oh, it's a good point. How much persuasion has Ikaz got? He's got 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14.
But 2 have got to go down.
So he'd have to get... Well, he'd be okay. He'd have to get rid of Recon and Diplomacy. Would give him to 12. And then Shifting would get him to 10. Baron cannot stop this. The only way they could stop it is if Tessia and Baron both go to the mining spots, which seems almost impossible. Tessia might go for one of the mining spots, but how does Baron ever go to the other spot here?
So Baron can do this by doing the following. He can use the Truth Stare to go to Secrets, and then he can use the Dune the Desert to go to Dispatch the Envoy. On reveal, he'll have enough for the 2 Spice to use the quid pro quo for 3 bumps.
But it's not going to get him the win here, I don't think.
Well, it stops him from taking the win. It stops Ikaz from winning outright.
I don't see how you stop it. Ikaz just has to go Shifting Allegiances and then reveal.
Yeah, but you can get... Oh, shoot, I saw...
Yeah, it's fold space, like Spacing Guild. He's not even taking that point. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking of blocking, getting in the way of the Bene Gesserit lines, but yeah, fold space is sitting right there.
Yeah, that is true.
Only way this can be stopped is if both players block the Spice. Do they see it, though? They're going to see Ikaz has a ton of cards, and they're going to see the money spots are open. I wonder.
That's pretty hard to depend on the other people.
I mean, we're not privy to the conversations. It's possible, like, there might be some talk about this, maybe. But it doesn't look like it's be the case here. So it looks like Raw is going to find his way to victory here, which, I mean, this has been a all-over-the-place match, this. And I don't think this can be stopped. And I don't see any way that anyone's going to catch him up here either.
Somancy ended in last place?
Somancy, as it is currently in last place, which is terrible news. He does have a point with Sleeper Must Awaken, but it's not looking good. Baron's surely going to find a point somewhere.
Yep, go Secrets.
Secrets is played. Picks up Tiebreaker, which I tell you what, has some relevance in this game right now.
Oh, there is a chance. There's a chance. If he goes to selective breeding, he might get his Web of Power as well.
Wow.
It's a lot of bumps.
And Tiebreaker might get him over the line. I mean, it's possible. Here comes Shifting. So game ends this turn. The players will now realize that. It's the final round. So if Ilban's going to pick up one extra point here, and that's probably it. I don't think he's even. I don't know if he's going to hold for the. I don't know what's going to happen. He's just drawing here, hoping for anything now. Finds convincing.
Discard pile? Could you check for me?
Sorry.
Is his weapon power in his discard or is it?
There's only that there. Weapon power is in his deck zone, but he's got 9 cards to sift through. So he's far from guaranteed to find it. Is the problem.
He can discard a card first, draw a card, then he can use one of those other cards to do selective breeding. Then Queen the Mother is going to give him 2 spice to do quid pro quo. He can get up to 3 bumps here. It's a possible chance to chase if he finds that play. Because if he has weapon power on reveal, it goes up 1 bump. Quid pro quo, another bump. Selective breeding.
Problem is, if you play with Reverend Mother, you're not getting the spice from her.
No, I mean, you dispatch the envoy with the Dune Desert.
Oh, yeah, you hold her back, so you don't bother discarding cards. I think he's going to see discarding cards. He's going to see how much Ekaz has got, and he's going to feel like he's got to use that instead, I fear.
Yeah, I can't blame him for it. Cannot blame him.
I'm trying to think, is there any way that Tesia can get in the way of this? There's nothing she can really do here within the shadows. There's not a lot to be done here. She's at 8 points. Is there any way she can get to 9th here? I guess she just has to throw troops in and take the Bene Gesserit Alliance, I suppose. That's the only thing she can do, right? Tiger Basin, throw troops in. And hope she's good. I don't think that she's any other plays here. I think that's got to be it. Like, it kind of sucks. But I'd say 14 strength might be good here. Like, Ilban's got... Look at all the resources that Ilban's got, by the way.
Very unfortunate.
A ton of resources and not a lot to do with it. Taking it to the bank. I don't see what else Tesia can do. Tesia has in the shadows to play, but what does it do? Nothing. So I think Fremenkamp, chuck the troops in and hope you're good here. I think is all that Tesia can do here. It really comes down to Baron. It really comes down to Baron here. Does he use Dispatch or does he use Reverend Mother? That's the question. You can go the troops.
Get discard first. All the projectors. Got it for a reason.
Yeah. You gotta try and find... If you find weapon power, great. Just use weapon power. You get extra stuff for it. Oh, he's gonna use Mother Mahim, I fear.
It's the Hall of Projectors, yeah.
Oh,
stuff.
This is agony. This is agony to watch this.
What?
No, he's just gonna cash.
I don't get this.
He's just gonna take the spice. And he's just gonna use quid pro quo and just take the 1 bump. He's not gonna go for it here.
Wow. Does he think he has another action?
I don't know, but he can't even get memo quarters. Memo quarters isn't even active here. Wow, I'm kind of surprised there. I think at least you might as well go for it with quid pro quo, and you're gonna get a memo quarters bump minimum. So it's 2 points. This way you're gonna get 1.
He may still land it if he remembers Hall of Projectors 1 in 9 chance.
I fear not. So Ekaz takes the Spice Must Flow. Ilban cashes in Sleeper Must Awaken. Tesia's going to be at 14 strength, which is going to be good enough. She gets a Bene Gesserit bump, which is going to be irrelevant here. If she wanted to, she's going to get the Alliance anyways. So Tesia's going to get a couple of intrigues. I don't think there's anything she can find that's going to help her, though.
Are you not going to use the quid pro quo?
Oh, he was getting the Spice Must Flow is what happened. He was using the Spice Must Flow. Okay, that exceeds it. He went mid-tech negotiation earlier, so it gets in the Spice Must Flow. Quid pro quo, so he still gets the 9 points. Okay, then I'm willing to let him off there.
But still, why use Dune Desert Planet for that?
I mean, I don't know. But it is what it is. Anyways, it's done. So, it is what it is. So he's going to hope that his tiebreaker is going to be good for second place here. BP really needed to win this game. He's going to leave it all to do in the last one here. He's going to be ahead on Tesia on Spice tiebreak, obviously, with tiebreaker. It's definitely going to help here, but second is the best Boston you can get here. There is no combat to be resolved. So Raw's going to win this.
Somancy's going to get last.
Yeah,
Looks like.
Raw's going to win this. Boston was second. Ren's going to get third here. And Somancy, who wanted a decent result to ensure he made his place in the next round, has not found it. And now he's going to be waiting for the next game in the final match of the group to see if he goes through automatically or if he has to fight in the wildcards. Wow, what a weird game.
Well, I guess this is also why Zion praised Roar. Because Roar showed us
found his way through. It was a bit of a chaotic one, but I mean, yeah, somehow kind of rode the waves and kind of got there.
Yeah, jeez. I'm gonna see what the card was. No.
That was the insane game.
Yeah, it was great.
Oh man.
Boston, I think you may have forgotten about the holo projector.
He was just looking at it now.
Yeah, I just checked.
It was Bene Gesserit initiate.
If
Weber Power though was the third card down. Should be noted.
Yep.
I know, and I wish if I played that the other round to get the water, I could have gone research station, but
Yeah, because what I was trying to tell BlackShadow earlier was if you use the Dispatch the Envoy to go selective breeding, you first toss a card, draw 3 cards as a result, then you still have enough for your quid pro quo because Mother has 2 spice to provide to you.
Yeah, I was banking on another round, I guess. Thinking too far ahead.
It felt like kind of like an awkward game this for like everyone in a weird way. I feel like everyone was just kind of struggling to kind of get off the ground hugely. I don't know if any of you guys agreed there, but it just felt like it was kind of everyone was kind of just struggling a little bit in this one.
I think it was the discards played into that a bit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course. Bimheim obviously is going to slow the game down. There's no question about that.
And the other one too.
Oh,
Yeah,
and Tessie Matt as well. Yeah, getting hit by both of those from 2 different players kind of sucks. There's no question about that. That's obviously gonna make life pretty awkward here. Definitely for sure. But you know, it definitely even for them, I felt like there were times that they were kind of like battling like their deck, especially like Barons of deck was like enormous as well, and Ikaz's was pretty sizable too.
Yeah, it was pretty unfortunate, Somancy. I thought you made a lot of good plays, but you know, eight swords in hand, not a lot you can do about that. So
Yeah, I banked on that round and it didn't pay off.
Yeah, it was the only move you had, and you were just gonna be one shot. It was pretty brutal. It was the only thing you could do. Like you had to do it. You had the consolation at least with the Spacey Alliance, but yeah, it kind of forced into it, which was pretty sucky.
Yeah.
But other than that, though, like it was a good watch. I'm not gonna complain. Like it was a wild match in a weird way. It was all over that place. That's for sure. Not in a bad way.
I gotta ask you, did you know that you had the shifting allegiance when you did the 3-card draw?
Yeah, they must have known. Yeah, it's the only thing that made sense. I figured you must have realized that was it, so you had to get it and realize the way through there. So it was a good spot to figure that one out.
Yeah, I definitely missed that one too. So
yeah, no, I was kind of saying earlier, like I have a feeling you weren't necessarily going to use Sardina again for the water. I figured you might try and use it for the Fremen bond. It's kind of one of the reasons why you got obviously like other memory as a backup sort of thing, so which made some sense. But no, so all eyes are now going to be on the final game. Like no one's safe at all. Like you know, Raw's going to be there with 12 points, which still isn't necessarily safe enough, and everyone else is obviously playing. And Somancy gets the joy of watching to see how the others do as well. So it should be a good last match tomorrow. Looking forward to it.
Yep.
well fought, everyone.
Yeah.
So that is going to do it for us here for this match. Yeah, not the result I was expecting by any stretch of imagination, and it means that everything is going to be available to fight for in the last round. Everything's up to grabs. Somancy is going to have to watch and wait and see what happens here. This was obviously not a good result for him. And the wildcards potentially beckon. The gate is open for Sean and Dune to steal the position there. And it's going to be hard for Somancy to dodge both of them, so he's going to have to wait and see. Raw has given themselves the best chance they could have mustered for trying to qualify here. A massive win. And Shrek and Ren are going to have got it all to do in the last game, but their destiny will only be in their hands. Thank you much for watching, everyone. Take care of yourselves, and we will see you all in the next conflict. And with any luck, we'll see you all in the last game of the group.